live on Facebook. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? How's everybody doing today? I apologize for the late start. Just a lot going on. A lot going on. And we'll talk about everything here. I took the last few days off. I took the weekend off completely from YouTube. I needed to do that because I've been going pretty hard at the paint lately, or in the paint lately, which is what I'm trying to say. And you know, I mean, your vocal cords can only take so much. Even though I feel I'm Superman, sometimes Superman even needs a day or two off. The Queen is here. Am I good, Queen? Queen, I figured you'd be here for this one. I saw your postings on Twitter, but yeah. I think everyone by now knows what's been going on with Facebook. And Queen, I'm probably going to agree with you on everything here on this one, Queen. You see, Queen, it doesn't matter if you're on the right and I'm on the left. There are things we're going to agree on, Queen. I'm going to tell you today, more than likely, I'm going to 100% agree with your thoughts about this Facebook conspiracy. Let's call it a conspiracy, right? Or let's just state it's my opinion because I just don't want to get removed. I mean, I'm going to share my opinions. But I think, folks, we have a conspiracy happening here. And I'm going to explain why I think it is in the most honest, respectful, professional, and mature ways possible. Yeah. But before we get to all that, let me just wait a few more minutes to make sure people get the notification. We get some more people here because I'd love to hear your feedback on this. And what most of you probably aren't aware of is I am not just a personal relationship coach, I'm a business relationship coach. I'm a business and personal coach. So I not only discuss dating topics and marriage, relationships, personal relationships, I also talk about business aspects. And today on this stream, it's going to be a business stream. Now, if you have any questions, regarding your personal stuff, you can throw them in and I'll get to them when I can. Or you can save those for tonight, as I have another stream already scheduled at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific from the studio regarding is confidence the most important thing for men when attracting women. I saw a Reddit posting out there the other day. I was going to do that stream last night, but didn't have the energy, so I'm doing it today. I saw a Reddit posting the other day where somebody was saying otherwise, that confidence is not the most important thing when attracting women. And what are my thoughts about that tonight? And the thread is still there, the title's still there, but his original posting got removed by one of the moderators. But there's still plenty of content there, and I'm going to share my opinion. Plus, I have some other dating stories and situations to share with you from Reddit. So, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific from the studio for a couple hours, we're going to be doing that. Lots more content coming to this channel on YouTube and the Coach Eli television network. So stay tuned, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications, and you won't miss anything. Facebook and Instagram are back online for many people around the world. Did that just happen, Queen, with the last hour? Because when I left my place, I'd say the last time I checked was about 45 minutes ago, and Facebook was still unreachable. And I literally live 10 minutes away from Facebook headquarters in Menlo Park, California. Now, that doesn't matter because the servers are, in different locations. But I have my thoughts and opinions regarding what happened here, and I'm going to discuss that here today. And I'm also going to be discussing the whistleblower that was interviewed on 60 Minutes last night. I honestly think, Queen, that she was a plant. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. I honestly think this whole thing was more than likely plotted. Give me a second here. I don't know if you somewhat agree with me already or not, Queen. You can share your thoughts in the chat. I got it from Disclosed TV on Telegram. Okay. Folks, please smash the thumbs up. Please like and share, and again, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications so you won't miss anything. As we talk about everything on my channel here, I'm here to help people get the best possible grips on their lives so that way you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart's desire and not waste your time on endless nonsensical drama that's trying to siphon your money, because that's practically how social media has become nowadays. I'll share more about that as we get further into it. But yeah, we'll be discussing the whistleblower. We'll be discussing my thoughts on why I feel Facebook went down. And we'll also be discussing the most profitable content on social media. This topic was inspired obviously by the whistleblower, but I've talked about this before and I'm going to talk about it again. I'm going to put it in clarity so you folks really understand what's happening here. And for the first time, I'm going to completely agree with Queen Helen Casey. She just doesn't know it yet. I think Mark Zuckerberg plotted this whole thing. For the first time, I'm beginning to smell conspiracy, because it's all about profitability. It's all about what can we do to get more eyes on us. The more eyes we get on us, the more money we make, because more people see the ads that we sell, right? That's how it goes. The lady is a fake whistleblower so she can pass the infrastructure bill with the Democrats. Mark Zuckerberg is losing millions an hour. But Queen, you're right. Facebook has lost, 5-6% of its stock, which is about 6 or 7 billion the company's lost today, Queen. But Queen, let me tell you something. They're not worried about that. There's a reason why. It's all a game. This loss is an investment for future incredible profitability, Queen. In essence, Mark Zuckerberg is paying for free advertising with the stock going down, but trust me, this stock going down is only going to increase the stock over the next few weeks or month, in my opinion. This is an investment. It's totally an investment. Not 7 million, Queen, 7 billion. I don't mean to correct you, Queen. It's 7 billion, not million. 7 billion. 7 million would be like $1 to you and I, Queen, for Zuckerberg and Facebook, right? 7 billion, Queen. That must have been a typo. Anyway, so let's just get right to it. Welcome. Oh, sorry. No, Queen, don't apologize to me. Not a big deal. But you know it's 7 billion, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, 7 million, like I said, that's nothing for a social media company. These big, giant social media companies, primarily here in Silicon Valley where I live, they deal in the billions and even trillions now, some of them, right? So anyway, Mark Zuckerberg is involved. I don't know if he's involved in that, Queen. But, yeah, that's your opinion. But that has nothing to do with this here today, but I get it. I totally get it. Anyway, let's get right to it, folks. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live from the San Francisco Bay Trail at Bar Island, one of my favorite trails here. This is episode number 143. And today, I'm going to be discussing a business topic. And if you're not into business topics and you're only here for personal help, come back later tonight when I do a dating stream. But this is something that's, this is hot news right now. This is trending news right now. This is what's in the now and will be talked about for the rest of the week, and probably longer than that. So I wanted to share my opinions on it, so that way people don't get too invested in it and waste time in it. That's why I do these shows, because I know what's really going on. And folks, you don't need to waste your time and energy regarding certain things that are just a game, in my opinion. It's just a big game, right? The topic of the stream is what content is most profitable to social media. / Facebook is down, plus Whistleblower. The whistleblower that blew the whistle supposedly on Facebook last night in a 60 minutes interview. I can't even say it right. 60 Minutes, still around. Great show on CBS. So let's talk about the whistleblower, because everything the whistleblower said is true. I'm not going to discredit the whistleblower, because everything she did say in that interview is true. Now, I know there was an extra portion of the interview that's available on the 60 Minutes extra website or whatever. Haven't seen that yet. But I saw the actual interview on the 60 Minutes YouTube channel earlier today when I heard about this. And for the most part, I had to agree with what the whistleblower was saying. But was what the whistleblower was saying something that wasn't already happening? It hasn't been happening in social media for a while, right? Because I've been a YouTuber for almost 5 years now. I've been on the platform as long as it's been out, for over 15, 16 years. But I've been creating content full-time on YouTube for almost 5 years now. And I've been starting to see more and more of what's profitable for these social media sites and how they handle their community guidelines when they decide to remove content or not, right? And this has been something that's affected me on YouTube in the past, because number one, I allowed it to affect me. Number two, to a certain extent, you don't really have a choice, because there's more drama and instigating type of content, or like the whistleblower called it, angry content on YouTube than any other type of content, right? If I had to guess, roughly half the YouTube market that's creating content is creating drama content, where they connect with other people, they look up their names in real life, they run background checks on these people, and then they attack them and harass them and, just stir up the pot, intentionally trying to trigger these people. Because when you trigger these people, what happens? When you trigger these people, you get an audience that loves watching that type of content. Let me move over here and let this person pass. So for example, right now I'm live, and I've only got 10 people here, right? If I created a drama stream where I was going to talk smack about some other drama groups and other drama people I used to go toe-to-toe with, I would have 40, 50, 60 people here instead, right? I would have 5 to 6 times the audience at least, right? Why is that? Why does that happen? Well, because human beings are more prone to tune in when something bad goes wrong than when something good happens, right? If you're trying to teach people positive content and positivity, it's going to be more difficult to find the right audience. It's going to take longer. But when you talk smack about people and you stir them up and you trigger them and then they go crazy on the internet and then you present it in a live stream or a video, people will tune in because they're curious what happened, right? They get invested in the drama, right? That's what's happening here, folks. Drama is the most profitable thing, period. I've come to terms with this, and it's not that we all didn't know this in the past, but it's never been more apparent than now that drama is the most profitable thing in the mainstream media and on YouTube and on social media. Why? Because like the whistleblower said, the Facebook whistleblower said in the 60 Minutes interview, it's angry content, and it basically triggers people to tune in and defend themselves and respond and react, right? What triggers people the quickest? When you talk smack about them, whether it's true or not, even if it's not true, and you talk smack about people, naturally most human beings feel like defending themselves, so they'll tune in. Then if that creator on YouTube is running a live stream, they'll say, come on the panel and talk it out with us, right? I used to do that, right? Before I really realized what was happening. Oh, Eli, I want to talk with you privately about it, brother. Let's talk about our issues privately. No, how about you come on a live stream and talk about it? No, because all you want to do is use me for drama content, right? That's what people do nowadays, right? So the whistleblower was completely correct when she said that it seems like Facebook is favoring angry content, is favoring harmful content over protecting its users. Now, here's the thing. Do I feel a lot of this drama content is harming the users? I'd say most of it probably doesn't. Most of it is just, it's just a bunch of people just trying to stir the pot, just trying to get a reaction from you. And once they get that reaction, they make fun of you for a little bit, and then they move on. Okay. Even though it's pretty childish and immature and all that, there's nothing illegal about it. There's nothing harmful about it. It's just kind of like when you're in grammar school or preschool or whatever, right? And you get picked on, right? Right? There are kids out there that'll pick on you on purpose just to have some fun, and as long as you don't keep feeding into it and you just say, okay, you got me, right? Then they'll move on. But if you keep feeding into it, they'll keep going back and forth with you, right? So do I honestly feel that when the whistleblower said, Facebook is favoring harmful content over protecting its users because it's more profitable, to a certain extent, yes, I agree with her. But it all depends on, how far that particular type of content is taken. I think if people have conversations and they get into some heated debates every now and then, no problem. Give me a second here. Pass it by someone. Where it becomes an issue is when these people, because they want to try to keep stirring up the drama pot, they have to keep amping things up. And because some people like myself are so strong and can walk away from stuff like this to keep me around, what happened to me? They doxed myself. They doxed my family. A lot of these people online took it into real life. And that's when it becomes harmful, right? So do I think on Facebook that's primarily a community where you post things? Yes, Facebook has video as well, right? But they're not a video platform. They just have a video aspect, right? Do I feel that Facebook is doing a terrible job of monitoring harmful content? No, I think they're doing an okay job. They always have. But I do think recently they've actually slowed down moderating things in the way they used to. Facebook used to remove things very quickly, right? I'll give you an example. I've been getting friend requests from a ton of clearly fake profiles. It's probably some guy or a couple guys on the internet trying to get access to my Facebook information by hoping I accidentally accept one of these fake friend requests, right? They take a cute girl looking all sexy, create a name for her, and create an account, send me a friend request. Every time I get one of those, I've gotten like 50 of them in the last week. I report them all to Facebook as a fake profile. In the past, they used to remove these profiles. And actually, they send you a report on what action's taken, right? And out of all these fake profiles that I know are 100% fake, out of all of them that I've reported over the past week, not one of them was removed. Why is that? Why do I think Facebook is not doing that? Because even these trolls and spammers and scammers are an active account on the platform, and they're seeing advertisements. And every time an advertisement pops up, it's more revenue for Facebook. That's where I have a problem with. I have a problem if Facebook is deliberately letting a bunch of their community guideline violating content slide because it increases profitability. Folks, I'm not going to lie, I don't like this. I've never liked this. I've always been an advocate against this type of content, but when you create harmful content, it's the most profitable content for the platform. Why? Because everybody tunes in to find out what's going on. And these companies now, they've known it for a while, but now they're like, we need to find new ways to generate revenue because there's so much more competition. Many more platforms are coming online, right? How do we stand out? How do we make more money than we've already made, right? It's like they're getting greedy, Queen. All these social media companies are now beginning to enter the drama game themselves. They're realizing how profitable harmful content and drama is, right? Now, if it's extremely harmful, right? If you make a death threat to somebody or something like that, then they'll remove it. Obviously, they will. If you put out porn, they'll remove it, right? If it's blatantly obvious that it's harmful content, they'll remove it. The content that they're not removing is the content that that certain creators go out of their way to present the harmful content to appear less harmful according to the community guidelines, right? Such as edgy content, like YouTube calls it edgy content that rides the line or pushes the line, right? So what a lot of creators are doing nowadays is they're riding that line of what violates the community guidelines and what doesn't, right? They're taking it right to the line and sometimes even crossing the line a little bit. And even if they only cross the line a little bit, which it should still be removed, these social media companies are saying, this crosses the line, but just a little bit, so we're going to let it slide and see how much money it makes us, right? That's what I think is happening. The employees can't get back in. That's because everything's controlled by key cards at Facebook, electronic. I've been there before. Information Man Show, how you doing, bro? Peace and respect. There's a lot of hidden stuff on Facebook we don't know about, of course. Project Veritas will drop a video tonight, says Queen. It can be psychologically harming for some people. Are you talking about the hateful content on social media nowadays? Most profitable content to all social media platforms, including the one I'm on right now, YouTube. I've talked about this before, I'll say it again. This is nothing new, folks. I've been talking about this for years. I've seen this coming for years, right? Even YouTube. When YouTube changed their rules on how to qualify for the YouTube partner program that I'm a part of, where you have ads on your videos and you have super chat and super sticker like I have in my chats here. You see the $sign, that's the super chat and super sticker button because I'm a monetized channel. And then you can have memberships, and then when you get to 10,000 subs, you can have a merch wall, and there's just a lot of perks that you get when you apply, qualify, and get accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. I've been a part of the YouTube Partner Program for almost 2 years on this channel. Never had an issue because I create good, clean content, right? I follow the rules. And I don't only follow the rules because the rules are there. I'm just a good guy. I want to create good content. I want to help people in a positive way. That's how I've always been. That's who I am. But for example, YouTube, when I used to run a former channel that I shut down probably almost like 3 years ago. And then I took a 3-month break and came back and started this one. I ran that channel for almost 2 years. I was monetized on that channel. The former rules to get accepted into the YouTube Partner Program or to qualify, all you needed was 10,000 views. You start a channel, the moment your entire channel combined with all the videos on it that you upload or live stream reach 10,000 views, you qualify. Well, 8 months after I got accepted into the YouTube Partner Program on my former channel, YouTube changed the rules and gave us 30 days to requalify under new terms. Now you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000, minimum 4,000 public watch hours in the previous 12 months to qualify. I had the watch hours, but I only had like 600 subs. And I had 1 month to get 400 subs. I'm not going to share what happened. I've shared this before. I qualified on the last day, did not get accepted, went into endless review for the next 6 months, and then I shut down my channel. This was shortly after the time where my ex Dana and I broke up because she used to be on that channel with me doing videos. And that's primarily why I shut it down, because I wanted to start fresh and, let all that content go. But the reason why YouTube changed their rules is because the advertisers were getting upset that their ads were appearing on hateful content, right? So they made it much more difficult back then to qualify for the YouTube Partner Program. This was about 3 years ago when they changed this, right? And for about a year after that, okay? For about a year after they changed the rules, they were very strict with who they were allowing into the program, and they were quickly removing channels that were violating the monetization policies, right? There are monetization guidelines on YouTube, community guidelines, and copyright guidelines. You have to follow all of them to maintain a good status and stay a part of the YouTube Partner Program. Well, I got accepted into the YouTube Partner Program almost a year after I started this channel. And I started hearing that they were making some changes. There were some sponsors coming through at that time saying that they're willing to sponsor more edgy content. So all the hateful content that initially offended the advertisers, right? And what forced YouTube to make these changes with the YouTube Partner Program, Now these sponsors are like, oh, wait a minute. We see value in sponsoring content that is considered not advertiser friendly, right? Because when you're monetizing videos on YouTube, you get a green or a yellow dollar sign. The green is suitable for all advertisers. You get the most ad revenue. If you get a yellow icon, it stands for not suitable for most advertisers, meaning that only select advertisers that choose to sponsor more edgier content will put ads on your video, so you may get fewer ads depending on the type of content you create. There are different, categories, right? Give me a second here. I'm well, thank you, says Information Man Show. Well, you're welcome, bro. Or thank you for being here. Sorry about that, bro, right? So, now sponsors are saying, oh shit, we changed the rules. We forced YouTube to create this system to make it more difficult for people to get monetized. Now, less of our ads are being shown, and we're losing money, and so is YouTube. There was a shortage of ad inventory during that time. So what happened? What have I seen since that point? Over the last year, right? So I've been in the YouTube Partner Program for 2 years almost. The first year, it was with strict rules. Over the last year, I've seen people apply for and enter the YouTube Partner Program that have the most hateful, abusive, and guideline and monetization policy violating content. How can I put this in clearer words? I've seen people get approved into the YouTube Partner Program that create content that violates community guidelines and also violates monetization policies. And a lot of these channels that enter the YouTube Partner Program, they bought subscribers to qualify. They got the watch time, but they bought subscribers. And YouTube still let them into the YouTube Partner Program. And they continue to create hateful content that violates community guidelines and monetization policies to this day, and they're still monetized. Now that makes a statement, folks. I'm sharing this with you because I want you folks to know what's really going on here. It's all about what the advertisers will pay for. The advertisers, online and offline, dictate the content. They do. They do because they're paying to put their ads on the platform. And if they're not happy with where their ads are being shown, they're gonna threaten to withdraw unless YouTube does something. Well, YouTube did something, and now guess what? Everyone started losing money. YouTube, these sponsors, and they're like, oh shit, we got to go back to allowing the edgier, hateful, and abusive content because it's most profitable. That's the truth, folks. I'm not kidding you. That's exactly what's happened. And that's exactly what's happening now on Facebook. And that's exactly how every social media company does it. Because unless you have a bunch of people on your platform all day, every day, you're not going to make any money. And there's only one surefire way to get people to tune in. Is to stir the pot with drama, with hateful and abusive content. True, says Information Man Show. You care to elaborate, brother? I'm speaking the truth, brother, yeah. Twitter might be next. Well, you're right, Queen. Twitter's been very clean. I have to say, Twitter has handled things very, very good for the most part. Now, I've reported some stuff on Twitter that they didn't remove. But Twitter is very good at stopping misinformation and all that stuff. But do I think they're going to stay that way? No, because if they don't start doing what the rest are doing, they're going to start losing people. People want to go on the internet and talk shit. People want to go on the internet and stir the pot. That's what they want to do. That's what social media has become. It's not what it was intended for, but that's what it's become. It's become one big giant shit show of messed up people from all over the world, right? In this messed up world we live in. I'm just being honest, right? And companies now are saying, well, if you can't beat them, join them, right? Now, due to liability and all that stuff, companies have to make it appear like they have rules and like they're moderating certain things. But I'm going to tell you this right now, folks. The majority of shit, especially out here on YouTube, that violates their guidelines will never even be seen by a human reviewer. And if it is, it'll just be dismissed. The majority of stuff, even if it's seen by a human reviewer or flagged by the artificial intelligence and sent to be reviewed by a human reviewer, they're just going to ignore it. They are being told to do that. That's what they're told to do. Unless it's something that is life-threatening or something, unless it's really, really bad, like porn or something, just let it go. If people are talking shit about each other on the internet, on YouTube, let it go. It's just a YouTube beef, right? And that's how the cops see it too, right? So why shouldn't YouTube follow suit and make more money? The more content they remove, the less ad revenue they make, right? Same thing with Facebook. And same thing with the rest of the platforms. And even, like you said, Twitter, Queen, they're next, trust me. They're going to change their stuff up. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump was welcomed back to Twitter. If Trump gets welcomed back to Twitter, guess what? Boom! Tons of people are going to pop back on, right? Now, God help us if he comes back and starts spreading more misinformation and doing the stuff he did towards the end of last year. But heck, who knows? Twitter may let him come back. The other day, Queen, I sent this notification into the chat, the private chat behind the scenes on Facebook that we have going on, which can't access today because Facebook has been down. I guess Donald Trump apparently was trying to convince a Florida judge to force Twitter to reinstate his account. And I'm like, you know what? Regardless of my thoughts about Donald Trump, and let's just be honest, I'm not too fond of Donald J. Trump. I have to respect and admire how relentless he is when he wants to get shit done. That guy is relentless, right? That guy just doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. He's like a mouse running all over the neighborhood. He's more like a snake, but mice move around quicker. Donald Trump is like a fast-moving snake, or more like a mouse. He just never, ever stops. And he knows this game. Donald Trump knows the drama game better than anyone. You think Donald Trump didn't know he was going to lose the election? Do you think this whole widespread voter fraud thing was real? No. Donald Trump planned that. He knew he lost the election. He played it off because it was drama marketing. He got free exposure throughout this whole time. That's what people do, and I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of people making shit up and making false claims just to keep the spotlight on them longer. It takes away from the good content like I want to create, or other creators like myself want to create. Let me let these people pass here real quick. I'll look at the chat. Information Man shows it is true, because when you have channels where people are arguing, you'll notice that they'll get more views. More people will come in and watch. The algorithm favors the drama. It does. Because there's more engagement, and the more engagement, the longer people stay on the platform, the longer they stay on the platform, Information Man show, the more ads they're prone to see, the more money the company makes, such as YouTube or Facebook, and same with the advertiser. The more people see their ads, the more products they sell. Look, I don't know if I should even call this a conspiracy. This is the way marketing has been. This is the way marketing has been in the mainstream media forever. Like there's what's happening now on social media is nothing new. It's been happening in the mainstream media forever. The reason why it's more apparent is because more and more people can create and post on these platforms on social media. And on the mainstream media, there's nothing you could do besides turn it on and watch the TV. On social media, you can participate and create your own content. So it's much more apparent, right? Ad revenue, is not as easy to control on a platform like YouTube because the ad spots are already purchased, but the content hasn't been created yet. In the mainstream media, the content gets created, and then the advertisers get to see the content and decide if they want to advertise on it before they do. On YouTube and social media, it's the other way around. So it's an incredible cat and mouse game between the creators and the advertisers and the company running the platform. It's a balancing act, and this is why a lot of people that were criticizing CEO Susan Wojcicki, CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, she said the same thing I just said. I agree with her. Whether you like her or not, she's right. It's creating a balance between creators, advertisers, and the platform. I'm on fire today. Come on, folks. One thumb up. I know my thumbs up and thumbs down are turned off, but seriously, one thumb up. Is that all this is worth? Got 15 people here, one thumb up. If you're here and you actually like who I am, can you just not be lazy and hit the thumbs up to give me a little boost? I'd appreciate it. I don't mean to call you out, but seriously, hit that damn thumbs up. I really care about what I do out here. I'm one of the most real people out here that gives it to you honest and straight. I know how you feel about Susan, Queen, and you're entitled to your opinion. I respect your opinion. I just disagree with it. And that's why you and I get along, Queen, because we can respectfully disagree on things. I agree with you about the Facebook thing completely. See, one of the moderators here on this channel, Lauren Axelrod, who runs the Real Talk with Lauren channel, put out a video last night, pre-recorded. And I don't know if you're going to see this, Lauren, but I did comment on the video. And she was just talking about she's just tired of all this misinformation, especially regarding the vaccine, where a lot of people that are anti-vaccine are saying the vaccine is killing people, so they're not taking it, right? But yet, the opposite's happening. What's happening is the people that aren't taking it, the ones that get it, that haven't taken the vaccine are getting more sick or they're passing away. And ever since we started vaccinating people, which has been close to a year now, the death rate has gone down by what, 90%? And those numbers aren't good enough for all those conspiracy theorists out there. And Lauren was saying, I think Lauren's more a little bit on the left like myself. She's not an extremist. Lauren is a good person. I think she's down the middle like me. See, I'm slight left, liberal, but I'm more down the middle. I like views from the left and the right that make sense, and I can't stand views from both sides that are extreme or don't make sense. And Lauren was just saying, can't we all just get along? Who cares about the political parties? Let's just do the right thing for people. Why can't we just do the right thing for everybody? Why does it have to be about left versus right? Lauren, I couldn't agree with you anymore. If I had my soundboard with me out here, I'd give you a big round of applause. Lauren? Go to the Real Talk with Lauren channel and check out her latest video. She released it late last night. I saw it this morning. Good job, Lauren. Put out more content like that, Lauren, and let's get our positive messages moving forward to offset all this stupid drama that everyone just wants to create out here nowadays, including these platforms. These platforms, like I said, are now basically all in favor of drama because it's making them the most amount of money. You know, I'll tell you what, if this trend continues for another 5 years or so, 4 or 5 years, by the time we hit 2025 or 2030, there's going to be no real content left. It's all going to be like fake reality, drama, shit show content, right? That's where we're headed. It's exactly where we're headed. Give me a second here, folks. Whew. It's a beautiful day. Check out the sun. Just absolutely gorgeous day. Like, it's about 80 degrees right now, maybe a little bit less. And I feel incredible. I had to rest the last couple of days because I was away on Saturday. Got back yesterday afternoon, and I was just wiped out. And I'll tell you, folks, last night, because you know, folks, I've had sciatica for a little while. It's almost completely healed. I decided to try something last night that's recommended by a lot of physical therapists. I finally did it. I went and spent $43, and I got this percussion deep therapeutic massager. Deep tissue massager with 4 different heads. And I will tell you, I used that massager literally for like an hour last night and another half hour this morning. And I just feel, my muscles feel so much looser now. I'll tell you, like I've had so much tension. Like I never had much tension in my life. But when I first started creating out here on YouTube, on my former channel, I got involved with these drama groups, and I didn't realize what I now realize that I've been talking about here on the show. I kept feeding into it, trying to prove a point that was pointless because they were just using me for fake content, right? It would stress me out. It stressed me out. It would wear me out. It would tense up my muscles. I remember even being with my ex-girlfriend, Dana. She would feel my shoulders and my back. And I had knots everywhere. Lots of tension. I think between last night and this morning, using my new wall deep tissue massager, I think I removed like over 4 years of tension. And what does that do for your sciatica that's affected by all that? It's almost gone. I feel really good. I feel like I've got my normal stride almost back. I'll tell you, folks, you know, to the people that are creating this drama content, that know what they're doing and are doing it as a business. Like a lot of people that create drama content don't really want to be drama kings and queens. They don't really enjoy doing it. They do it because they know it's profitable and it gets a lot of attention. Beautiful plane. That's why these people do it. They don't even really enjoy doing it. I do need to get on an alternative platform away from YouTube. Queen, what happened? I saw you communicating with Twitter because I have all notifications on your Twitter feed. And what happened with YouTube? You said you have 2 strikes. And I saw they got back to you and they said that that you know that the status is not going to change. They denied your appeal. So do you have 2 strikes on your other channel, Queen, or did you get a third one? Is your channel gone? Like I'm curious to know what's going on with that. If you only have 2 strikes, Queen, what I would suggest you do is put the rest of your videos to private and wait out for those 2 strikes to come off so you don't lose your channel. Unless you want to write it out, Queen, that's up to you. Yes, I do have 2 strikes for medical misinformation and I am totally angry. Well, Queen, do this. If I was you, Queen, I would go to that channel later tonight, put all your videos to private, and wait for at least 1, if not both of those strikes to expire in 90 days or less, however long it's been. Then start using your Queen Helen Casey live channel. This Queen Helen Casey live channel has no strikes, right, Queen? Why don't you use that channel in the meantime? You see, someone like you that creates controversial content, you have to diversify. I know other people on YouTube that have like 10 channels or 20 channels because they know their content is so controversial. They have to move things around. If they get a couple strikes somewhere, they got to move their audience to that other channel. I mean, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but you really don't have a choice when you're creating this type of content. I still have my main channel. Queen Helen Casey is your main channel here, right? The one you're modded on. Queen Helen Casey Live. Is that the channel that has 2 strikes, Queen? Queen Helen Casey Live? That's the one that has 2 strikes, huh? Let me know when you get a moment. That's right. You're here under your Queen Helen Casey channel. I think your live channel is moderated here too. But you always come in on this one when you're here. All right. So I honestly think that, let me tell you what I think happened at Facebook, folks. Let me tell you what I think happened. I think that 60 Minutes interview was purposefully plotted. I wouldn't be surprised if Zuckerberg paid her a bonus to do this. And then, by coincidence, the next morning after the evening the interview is released, Facebook and all the other Facebook programs like WhatsApp and Instagram and all that, all of them go down globally for like 8 hours. Who are you trying to fool here? This is a conspiracy. Like, this is my conspiracy theory on what I think happened. I think this was all plotted by Mark Zuckerberg to instigate more drama to get tons of free advertising today. Well, here's what happened. So the Facebook stock goes down, right? Goes down, what, 7 billion or something, 8 billion, whatever it was, right? After the alleged whistleblower talks about stuff on 60 Minutes that any content creator on any social media platform that's been doing it for a while knows already happens, right? We already know this. The lady really didn't say anything new about what happens on these platforms. This has been happening for years. This was all a drama marketing ploy by Zuckerberg. Because if you think that that $7 or $8 billion that he's lost in the stock today isn't going to come back threefold over the next month, then you're out of your damn mind. What Zuckerberg is getting out of all this And basically, I think this is my opinion, my theory. I think Zuckerberg pulled the kill switch on all of Facebook and all of their products, right? On purpose. And that way everyone talks about it. Look, I'm talking about it. Many others have talked about it. It's all over the news, right? That's free advertising. Maybe it cost him $7 billion temporarily in stock. Not out of his pocket. He's got plenty of money, right? So, and plus, killing the servers, what happens? People have to go elsewhere to talk smack about the whistleblower instead of Facebook, right? Zuckerberg probably figured, if I kill the servers during the day while this story's hot, people will have to go to Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn and other social media platforms to promote it and keep the negativity off of here, plus promote Facebook at the same time on different platforms. And then when we flip the switch back on, which apparently I guess it's back on right now, like Queen has said, people will have already let it all out, so they may not say as much about it on Facebook, right? And then Facebook will be back, people will come back, and many more will come back thinking that they're going to hear more about this story there. And because of all the tons of free publicity they're getting from the mainstream media, CNN, Fox, CBS, with the whistleblower interview, and now Facebook being down. Give me a break. You think this is by coincidence? You think this is coincidental that Facebook goes down? A massive global outage, and not just Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, every Facebook product goes down globally for 8 hours. And then people were saying, oh, the Facebook.com domain's available for purchase for like 1.5 billion, which was a hoax, it was a joke. This is pathetic, man. This is just drama marketing galore. This is just drama marketing galore, and they're doing it because it's the most profitable thing they can do. It's, in my opinion, is it illegal? No. But does it cross the lines of ethics? Is it kind of shady, in my opinion? You're damn right. You don't think Zuckerberg and other CEOs of these social media companies know where the line is at? And you don't think they're going to ride things up to the line but not cross it to make more money? And maybe even sometimes they will cross the line, but if they only cross the line a little bit, they know they're more likely going to get away with it. This is the truth, folks. This whole thing, listen, with the amount of technology we have nowadays, and engineers and all that, they were saying, most engineers are still out from COVID, they're working from home, they can't even access Facebook remotely. Well, when they pull the kill switch on Facebook, and the DNS servers, domain name servers, can't access Facebook from anywhere in the world, when that kill switch is pulled, you can't even remotely log in, because all of Facebook is dead at that point. I can guarantee you all these companies have that one kill switch that can shut down the entire world from accessing the platform in less than 2 seconds. I think that's what Zuckerberg did. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And people are going to ask, well, you need to be stupid enough to, turn off the company and lose all that money that he would make in 8 hours? Let me tell you something. The attention he gets from publicity is worth way more than any money he's going to lose. It's worth 10 times, 20 times more. It's exposure. You see, I've shared this story before. I'll share it again. AOL did the same thing over 20 years ago, before high-speed internet was regularly available. We all had dial-up, right? And when we first had dial-up, there were metered plans. There weren't really any unlimited plans, right? And then AOL, that used to charge $9.95 per month for 5 hours and $2.95 each additional hour after the 5 hours, they switched things to unlimited. Hey, it's my buddy again. That older dude with his shirt off. He's out there running the trail. Gotta respect that guy, man. God bless you, dude. When I'm your age, dude, I'm still gonna be walking this shit every damn day. Or as much as I can. God bless that man. Lots of respect. You can still look good in your 70s if you take care of yourself. That guy looks as good as he can for his age. Because he loves himself, he respects himself. So AOL decided to create an unlimited plan. $19.95 or $19.99, whatever it was, for unlimited access to the most popular online program at that time. AOL was the place to be back then, right? They announced the program, and what happened? We all switched from the metered plan to the unlimited plan, and then we started getting busy signals. Now, fortunately for me, I've always lived in the Bay Area, and there were lots of different modems and options, right? And I think they probably upgraded certain areas first, right? But the majority of the country, when everybody switched to the unlimited plan, people started going online and spending time online longer. And those dial-up modems required an independent individual connection to one dial-up modem on the other end of that company's server. It's not like how fiber works today. Servers work differently today. They work off of fiber, right? Back in those days, yes, fiber was being used in the backbone, but to connect to that company's fiber server, you had to go from your dial-up modem to their dial-up modem, and then it hits the fiber after that. Nowadays, everything is cable or fiber. It's more of a dedicated connection. But back then, it was all dial-up modems. The fastest one was 56K. Woo! I remember all the way back to 300 baud, 600, 900. Then there was, what was it, like 9600 baud. That was fast. Then there was 14.4. Then there was 28.8. And then we hit 56K, which was the max you could do through a phone line until they came out with DSL. And then they made it high-speed internet. Then cable came out, and then we're in a different place today. But back then, people would try to dial it in. They got on this unlimited plan that AOL was offering. They were trying to dial in. There were tons of busy signals. And people could not access AOL. Literally 70% of the people that were on the platform. And they were getting scrutinized. And they were front page news of all newspapers and all mainstream media news sites. For 6 months, they were in the news. Guess what happened? Free advertising. Negative publicity is publicity. Understand that, folks. I don't like to say that bad publicity is good publicity, but the truth of the matter is publicity is publicity. And a lot of people take the negative publicity approach because it gets people's attention much quicker. I just don't believe in that concept, but it does work. And that's what AOL did. Instead of upgrading their servers and upgrading with more dial-up modems before releasing this new unlimited package, they released it knowing that they were going to be overloaded, knowing they were going to be scrutinized, and knowing that they were going to get free publicity while they upgraded their servers. So what happened? Within 6 months, they added more modems. The problem was resolved. And what happened to their profitability? It tripled. This is exactly what Mark Zuckerberg is doing today, Queen. I can definitely tell you, nothing is a guarantee, But that $7 billion that the stock lost today, I can tell you that that stock within 2 weeks to a month, in my opinion, this is a guess, is not only going to recover that, but recover 3 times as much. You're going to see about a 20 million positive swing from this loss. It's not 20 million, sorry, 20 billion. 20 billion, not million. You're going to see a $20 billion swing. 21, 22 billion. This is a game. This is a game where it's about how much free publicity can I get for my company or myself through drama marketing. This is what it's all about nowadays, folks. I'm telling you. It's sad, but like I said earlier, over the next 4 to 10 years, if something doesn't change about this, right, which I don't see it changing, social media is going to become 90+%, if not more, drama, shit show content. And if you don't do it, you're not going to make money. No one's going to watch. It's sad. It's sad. It's pathetic. Because there's so much better content to create out there. 16 people here and only 1 thumbs up. Well, Information Man Show and Queen, you're both here. One of you hasn't thumbed this up. If you can, I'd appreciate it. Got about another maybe 20 minutes, folks, and I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to head back home and make myself something to eat. And then I'm going to be going live from the studio. And we're going to be back on a dating topic tonight. Really interesting one, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. You know, is confidence the most important aspect when attracting women nowadays? Is confidence for men the most important thing when attracting women? Some guy made a posting on Reddit saying that confidence isn't the most important thing when attracting women. Caught my attention. It also got his posting removed. Now the title is still there and the comments are still there, but what he wrote below that, I went there earlier today and it wasn't there. I have to start taking screenshots of these when I don't do them right away, because sometimes these mods will remove the body of the posting but leave the title there and leave the comments up, because they want the comment karma. There's a big thing about comment karma on Reddit. That's, you know, what rates your credibility on there, your karma credibility. I'm learning a lot more about that. I think I've got almost 70 karma now, which is, you know, I just started posting there a couple weeks ago. But I've had that account since 2017 from my business email. So, you know, I'm building my credibility on there, but that's how it works on Reddit. It's a really nice day. Nice breeze. It's not cold, but it's not really hot. Right now it feels like it's probably about 75 on the trail with a light breeze. And Queen, I think tonight or tomorrow I'm gonna buy, I gotta order some other things from Amazon, and I've gotta get my fanny pack. I'm gonna be definitely getting my fanny pack for these walks sometime this week. Thumbs it up a long time ago. Well, thank you so much, Information Man Show. You're the only one. Mark Zuckerberg is what does that mean, Queen? I'm not quite sure. So Information Man Show says, right, because bad publicity can sometimes be good publicity. This is all about manipulating the public. It is, Information Man Show. This is all about what's the quickest way I can get more people on my platform and keep them there longer. And look, I can't really blame any of these companies for doing this because they have tons of expenses. They have a huge expense of internet bandwidth and storage space, and they have to pay their employees a ton of money to maintain these platforms, keep them safe, upgrade them, update them, right? I mean, these companies have enormous amounts of expenses. And so, and here's the thing, they're making more than enough money to pay their bills. But here's what the big concern is. When you're a publicly traded company, it's about keeping your investors happy, right? You got to do things to move your stock forward and keep your investors happy, right? Do you think Mark Zuckerberg didn't know what he was doing today when I assume, don't know for sure, but when I assume he pulled the plug on Facebook on purpose after the stock lost, what, 5-6%? What was it, like $6-7 billion? If you don't think that this was a ploy to not only recover that money, but build way more on top of it quicker to make the investors happy, then you're out of your mind. This is a game, folks. And I think, Queen, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the whistleblower say that there's going to be an investigation with the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, that, handles the stock, right? I got to tell you honestly, Queen, here's the thing. Wow, I hate to even say this, but there could be stock manipulation happening. And I'm not trying to accuse Zuckerberg of that or anything, but I would not be surprised if Zuck's under a lot of pressure by certain big investors to do some shady things to increase the profitability more so for the shareholders. See, Zuckerberg's been under scrutiny on the way he's been running Facebook for a while, but this is unlike anything I've ever seen. What happened today and the whistleblower and all that, this is something, well, I think the whole thing is a complete hoax. There's a reason why they're doing this, even if it is a hoax. They're trying to cover something up. There's a lot more to it than just angry content. They're trying to stir the eyes away from what I'm probably assuming is stock manipulation or insider trading or whatever they call that, right? What do you think, Queen? I don't watch TV that much. I was watching The Walking Dead last night. Right is how they make money. What do you folks think? Do you think there could be some insider trading happening at Facebook? And do you think that all this possibly could be a ploy to manipulate the stock market? Even though the stock went down, let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see what happens for the rest of the week. Let's see where the stock is a month from now, 2 weeks from now. This is my theory. It may be a conspiracy theory, but I'm not stating any facts. I'm stating my opinion. This is just my opinion. But something fishy is happening at Facebook. And I don't think Mark Zuckerberg really has ever wanted to get into fishy things, but I think he's at the point right now where he's being forced to for some reason. Who knows? Maybe somebody's trying to take over, his company. Who knows? Something just isn't sitting right with me. And typically, I just ignore the Facebook stuff. I don't talk about it. But this time, what happened, yesterday and today, yeah, this has my attention. This is some serious shit. There's a lot more to the story than we're actually seeing, folks. A lot more to it. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in, folks. We're going to be going off the air in about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm almost at the end. I'm not going to go to the other side today. I got to get back, eat, and get ready for the studio stream. I'm actually feeling really, really good. I'm feeling more balanced. That massager got rid of most of my knots. I'm going to use it again tonight after my in-studio stream is over. Queen, is Facebook actually back up, Queen? Is it still back up for you? If it's back up for you, Queen, it's probably back up everywhere. Nice. So nice. All right, let me see. Information Man Show says, I think they've always been inside trading in Facebook because it's all about money. These corporations thrive off of money, and we have a capitalist system. It's a good point there, Information Man Show. Mark Zuckerberg is covering up the human trafficking because he has been to Epstein's mansion on... Okay. Well, Queen, that's your theory. I don't have a say on that. As far as the insider trading possibility, that's a possibility with any company. But, like, look, I've never really been that into the stock market. I do have some stocks, obviously for retirement. But I've never been a day trader or anything like that. I don't sit there and watch stocks every day like some people do, right? But this story smells insider trading. This story smells something big coming at Facebook. Who knows? Maybe somebody will take over Zuckerberg's job. You think Zuckerberg is going to want to run Facebook forever? Or cash out with many billions, retire and enjoy his life with his wife and his kids, right? I believe he does have kids, right, Queen? I think Zuckerberg has 2 kids, right? I think his wife is a doctor or something like that, if I remember correctly. But yeah, no, Information Man Show, I think you may be right. Maybe it's been happening for a while, but now it's just becoming very apparent. But who knows? Like I said, this whole thing I think was skidded. It was purposefully done, right? So maybe this would be the wrong time to do some insider trading because they're getting all eyes on them. People are going to be looking very closely now. So maybe Facebook is saying, okay, instead of insider trading this time around, let's do this drama marketing thing, which is not against the law, and try to get more people on our platform through all this negative publicity of the whistleblower and then our servers going down for 8 hours the day after the whistleblower was on 60 Minutes. Man. I actually really enjoy talking about business topics, folks. I mean, obviously one of my favorite things to talk about are male and female relationship dynamics and dating. But I also do love talking about business topics, especially when other people are taking advantage of others in the business world. By the way, tonight, I'm going to be also responding to a posting that was made in my new subreddit that has 19 members now. I forgot to mention, join the genuine emotional support group for men and women on Reddit that I started a couple weeks ago at reddit.com/r/really emotional support. The link is a couple lines down in the description on the YouTube, in the YouTube description. And one of the guys in there was posting, about how unfair the corporate workforce is. And I agree with him. And I have a lot of experience in that. And the interesting thing is, what he posted, I've pretty much exactly experienced. And this is what I've always wanted to do, folks. A lot of people don't realize I have a lot of life experience, business-wise and personal-wise. I've been through all these things you guys are going through and you gals are going through. I've been through all this. I've been through it at a younger age. And I worked through it. And I want to share with you folks how I worked through it and what I did to overcome it. I'm going to share with you folks what you also can and can't do about it, right? Because some things are just what they are. Like I say, it is what it is, right? And then a lot of things in the corporate world, that's just the way it is. You either deal with the politics and the BS or you quit. And if you keep complaining and don't quit about the politics and all that and BS, they're going to fire you. It's just the way it goes. Is it right? No. So you really don't have much of a choice if you want to work for corporate or somebody else. You're practically a slave. That's just the way it is. I mean, that's a figure of speech, but maybe there's truth to it, right? But there are so many opportunities to be self-employed nowadays, like myself, where you're your own boss and you can do this for a living and enjoy what you do and get paid to enjoy what you do. You see those ducks, information man showing Queen? I don't know if you could see him, Queen. Maybe a little too far from here. Maybe I'll catch them when I get on the other side there. Ah, it's a nice boat out there. Thank you for visiting Bar Island. We're going to come over here on the other side and see if we can get a close-up on those duckies over there. Queen loves ducks. She loves animals. Queen, I know what it takes to keep you happy. You like ducks and animals, and you also like that Magic Part 2 song. It's that simple to make you happy, Queen. Give you animals and give you Otis McDonald's Magic Part 2 from the YouTube audio library, and we're good, right? Can you see those ducks a lot clearer? Are those even ducks or are those egrets? I think those are egrets. Those are not ducks. Maybe there are some ducks, little tiny ones over there. I can't tell. Are those white things, are those egrets, Queen? Do you know? I think they're egrets. When you folks say yes, are you saying yes to them being egrets? I've never been a good identifier of animals that look very similar. Like ducks and egrets and all of them, they look very similar. Not sure it's an information man show. All right, folks, I'm almost back at my car. I'm going to start wrapping this up. It's in about 2 to 2.5 hours or so. We're going to be live from the studio. It's going to be a really good show tonight. I got the topic, like I said, is confidence the most important aspect of a man to attract a woman? Plus, going to be responding to that posting in the um, really emotional support group that was posted earlier regarding, how unfair the workforce is nowadays. And a lot of these guys are saying, yeah, it's because of the women, and they're partially right, but they're kind of wrong about that too. It's like a double-edged sword there. I'll explain more about what it is from the studio tonight. And then I have a couple other Reddit postings that are very interesting on some dating stories I'm going to share with you folks. Just lots of interesting stuff happening on Reddit. It always makes the shows more interesting. And I can share my thoughts and hopefully guide you folks in the right direction the first time around regarding whatever it is that your heart desires that you want to accomplish, whether it's, personally or professionally, So get your questions, comments, and concerns in. We are at 1 hour and 26 minutes. Not a bad walk. I feel like I got a good workout. Now I'm starving because my stomach is empty. Feel real good. I'm wearing my beer belly shirt, even though I don't have a beer belly. I like wearing this shirt from time to time. It's a nice little tight shirt. Feels good. It's a medium shirt. Yeah, I got this on sale. I think it was like 10 or 15 bucks through REI. I always get stuff when they're on sale. I like getting really high quality stuff when they're about to clearance it. Because normally this would be like 30 bucks for the shirt, right? And even at $15, their cost was probably $5 or $7. They're still making money. So yeah, that's when I get my clothing. Folks, if you're smart, you wait till the season ends and get the season ending clothing half off or more, sometimes 70% off. Still good stuff, still going to be in fashion for many years. Or go to Costco.com. They have a lot of clearance stuff. A lot of great clearance stuff. Great clothing, high quality, at good prices. You don't have to go to the department stores and pay full price for everything. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, folks. With that being said, have a great night. We'll see you tonight from the studio at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Take care. Bye-bye. We're out. Peace out.